So you've got the application, you're ready to go, you want to launch it to the world. What's one of the first things you want to do? You want to get it into the hands of influential people. Now let's imagine you don't live in Silicon Valley, you don't live in Silicon Beach in Los Angeles, you don't live in New York City in the tech mecca of the East Coast. But you do know that there are certain people who are influential. See if you can use your network to connect with some of those influential people. Here's an example. Well, Kevin Systrom from Instagram was actually in Silicon Valley. Of course, he had access to lots of these kind of people. He actually reached out, didn't know Jack Dorsey from Twitter, one of the co-founders, but reached out to Jack Dorsey and got him the application. Lo and behold, Jack Dorsey started using Instagram, started uploading his photos and tweeting about them. What happened? First day, 25,000 users, and within 3 weeks, there were over 1 million users using Instagram. You may not know immediately who those influencers are, but make sure you think about it. You could be creating a business application. So you don't need a Jack Dorsey necessarily to promote your business application. Know who that influential CEO is. If it's a business application that needs to matriculate and be exposed to the business world. Secondly, get your target markets buzzing. Why? Your target market is going to do the best kind of marketing for you. It's called word of mouth marketing. If you're actually at a university, just like the founders of Snapchat were at Stanford, or Mark Zuckerberg was at Harvard, you want to make sure that the people in that university environment, or in that corporate environment, if you're building the business app that I was speaking of, get them using it. Get it into their hands. Let them talk about it with their friends. The moment they do and they fall in love with your application, they're going to tell their friends, who are going to tell their friends, who are going to tell their friends. They are the target market and they're going to start buzzing. And lo and behold, you're going to have a user base that is substantial, a foundation upon which you can build a larger audience. And of course, everyone knows that press is key to scaling your user base. You've got to get some press. Maybe you've got an application that just warrants local press. I come from Pittsburgh. I live in Los Angeles, but I could tell you that every other week, my brother sends me articles on applications that are built in Pittsburgh. Who knew? There was a whole tech scene in Pittsburgh. These articles get placed in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and they get talked about within that city. That's not necessarily TechCrunch, that's not necessarily Mashable, but they've got buzz on the local level. If that's where you're starting, start there, reach out to the local press, and make sure you get some press. They will accelerate your growth immeasurably and get more people knowing about your application. So get some influential people behind you, whatever sector you're building this application for. Get your target market buzzing, and by God, get some press.